Hey, welcome inside another edition of the Fox Weather ROWI Report. We do these podcasts every Tuesday and Wednesday with bonus episodes. Thank you for being with us for NFL Week 6. Ian, Week 5 looked good, especially for your team.
Yes, sir. The New England Patriots, we're back. That's got to be the biggest win in the post-Brady era by some huge margin in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Done big time.
Yeah, doing it in slow-mo. We had talked last week. His stats were being kind of like, compared to Brady-esque, and then his play now mirroring that. Fantastic to see. I know for everybody that wanted the Patriots dynasty to maybe just kind of be a little, dead for a while, kind of scary to see that it's coming back so fast.
We've been serving our pennants for a little bit.
Well, how long do I have to serve my penance as being a Dolphins fan? Are we still paying for Marino, or what are we even paying for
sadly,
now?
You were born into that.
Yeah.
You don't choose where you're born, Steve.
Look,
it is what it is.
The undefeated season is now 50 years old, right?
Yeah.
That's long enough.
You have your champagne Sunday night.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, we should be able to win again. Let's get into the full slate of games because we actually got a nice little weather pattern. The biggest story for us on the Fox Weather stream, Ian, is the East Coast. Back-to-back systems. We got cold fronts, nor'easters. We got some Atlantic, interaction with the tropical systems like Jerry. But overall, inland locations looking good right now.
We got Jerry. We'll be watching that. You saw the next name on the list?
No. I
gotta watch out.
JK. What do we got? K. Kevin? Oh, bro. Ooh, that's scary. Okay. Scary. I'm just glad, by the way, that we have Jerry. A name that, you feel comfortable saying.
Yeah.
Every time I say it, I'm looking around like, is Jerry in the room?
Old Jerry.
Yeah, it's Jerry. It feels comfortable. We have that forecast for you. You're going to feel comfortable.
Ideally, too, it does more of like a Gabrielle and makes that early hook, and we don't have to worry about it.
Right. Get out of here.
There's another area of low pressure that you mentioned, though, not of a tropical variety, one that could be maybe interacting with Jerry's moisture pump in a sense.
Yeah.
That's the one that could have a touch of the ROWI in the mix.
Yeah, the nor'easter season is starting to awaken a little bit, so we'll start seeing that interaction. Look at the full slate of games here. This is 6 of them where we have a low risk of weather impact. So Thursday night games, Eagles coming into the Giants. The Giants dynasty lasted half a week, right? Everybody was so excited about Jackson Dart. Got absolutely cooked by, out of all people, the Saints. Are you kidding me? I think Eagles, they're going to feel good about bouncing back. That game, low risk of weather impact, even on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think that's here in the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Lost for words, right?
Yeah.
To describe that. Dallas. Okay, we're going out to the Carolinas. We have been talking about the Carolina coast, but this is in Charlotte, right? So inland, so I think they're protected from what we talked about, the king tides, the nor'easter, all of this. So this is looking good, setting up for Sunday. We get up into Pittsburgh Sunday afternoon. We're starting to watch this develop. The nor'easter influence, though, does arrive into the northeast. Now, they are so far inland, being in western PA. Maybe they're shielded, but this is something to watch. This could be a game, maybe you see more of a wind influence as we get closer to kickoff.
With the Joe Flacco-less Browns. He'll be playing in the next game, you can see on the list, Cincinnati at Green Bay.
Yeah.
So the Jake Browning era.
Over.
We'll see. They're just signing. This is Tuesday we're taping it, and we just heard about the move walking in to record this. So we'll see if he gets to start. If anybody's going to be ready in the same week, it's a guy that's been playing in the league for a couple decades.
How does this impact Shadur's legacy?
Right?
It's like this. It seems like that's the talk, no matter what. Yep. But yes, Flacco going. But you're going against Green Bay. They've been legit. We'll see if they can continue.
Coming off a bye too, tough.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Yeah. This is a fun one. Low risk of weather impact though. Detroit Lions, Kansas City. Kansas City getting an L. They're a little pissed off, I think, after going down to Duval. Right? Yeah. Especially when you lose off of a stumble and rumble, dude. What?
The 2-3 Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. What's more surprising, that or the Ravens? Both of them have been floundering, falling apart, right?
They've been the perpetual AFC title matchup, and it ain't looking like it this year.
Right? And then the final one on this Monday night. So we've covered everything, right? It looks like so far we have the Bears going out to the Commanders. This is another one interesting to watch because we're looking at the Commanders DC, the influence, the nor'easter. Does it rise north of there by the time? I mean, this is so far out. We're almost a week out. It's really about sensing the patterns of all of this. Now let's index on some of these games, that may still have a low risk of weather impact. But this one, another fun one. We've been talking about the international games. You got another one for the week. This week, this one's going to be the Jets. This one we're going out towards London. And, I don't know, this is our best.
We were in Tottenham last week. This is Northumberland Development Project. This is a different, Dr. ROWI, different stadium in London.
Different
Where are we at?
But can we talk about the name?
I don't know the neighborhoods of London.
The development project? I don't know if this is it's just going to, all right, hey. We're not sending our best teams over there anyways to represent America right now when you got the Broncos and the Jets. Maybe they'll leave one of these teams there when they lose. But
nice weather in London, though. I mean, man, 60 degrees with a little bit of sunshine, light breezes.
Look, all I remember was from last week, you brought up a dynamite beverage, the low-pressure pale ale.
Yes.
Have we heard, Dr. ROWI? Are they sponsoring yet?
Yeah. What is that? That's what it was?
Yeah. Yeah. Or no, pressure drop pale ale.
Yes.
Look, we'll get the name right once you start sponsoring.
You think this is going to be drop passes pale ale?
Yeah, 100%. For real. What's the over and under on the drop passes for this game? Yeah. I bet you it can be more than the points they put on the board. Like
it's a stout. It's not a
for real. But either way, another opportunity. Wait, this one's 9:30 p.m. Eastern time?
A.M.
All right, we gotta be all right. Yeah. We gotta. I was about to say another reason. Right, Joe, another reason. I was about to say this is another game we can wake up early and celebrate.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's one that I wish we didn't have to talk about. We're gonna go to Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens. The Chargers going down to the Dolphins. They're obviously without Tyreek Hill. But hey, we got a good run attack. Question mark though with this one. Looking at Sunday. I mean, we're far out from this event. We know this. South Florida, Sunday afternoon,
still in that mode. We'll see. It's not enough to get the ROWI into the medium, but we'll have to watch for the trends closer to Sunday for that.
We've had a stationary boundary down there, right? For recent days. And so when you're looking at the winds, it's derived out of the northeast, so that would give you a sense it's coming back off the Atlantic. That would open up that opportunity. But what we're really telling you is two Floridians speaking to you in the afternoon. You're likely to maybe get a shower. We'll tighten that up as we get closer to kickoff. As we start looking at the before-mentioned Ravens, who have been looking rough right now, we go out towards Baltimore. I think this is one that now we're starting to see that influence of the nor'easter start to take form.
Yeah, you get the precipitation and the wind, most certainly. Most of the time when you're talking nor'easter, I think most folks imagine winter nor'easters and snow. Obviously, the temperatures aren't there to support that, and you see that represented in the ROWI. This would be wind and rain. This is right on the cusp of being a medium. I would go ahead and call this thing a medium.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking at this because when you're looking at the wind speed, it's out of the northeast again. But that's sustained 15 miles an hour. That means gusts can be at 20 to 25, constant rain likely in this game. And you got to address that Lamar Jackson, right? He's been injured, so you don't have that two-headed monster at quarterback. You still got Derrick Henry. So.
Right, we talked about they're 1-4?
They're 1-4. This is a must-win.
It is. And then the discussion was, does Lamar try to rush back for this one? It's tough because they have a bye next week.
Yeah, that's what you want to get him to.
So if you can get through this week.
But it speaks to this impact, the rain. Like that elevates.
You're going to send somebody with a bad hammy out on a slick field with a bye week coming up where you can get them all the way right. Probably not.
And then think about Derrick Henry. The fumbles this year, that's got to play in your head, right?
Yeah.
And so now you're starting to talk about that's a rain aspect of this where everybody's impacted. The ball's slippery. It's slippery. And the thing is like these are pros. They know how to handle it.
Yeah.
But when you talk about the mental aspect, and it's no longer second nature that you're carrying the rock, you actually consciously have to think about that.
Yeah.
It's a factor in all of this where you're not comfortable when you're looking at the rain.
Check me on this too. I think at 1-4, the Ravens are still favored to win the division, at least a betting favorite.
The last I checked, I believe you were correct.
All right, that's Dr. ROWI saying yes.
But you don't want to go 1-5 into the bye week. I don't care what division you're in.
No.
So
because then the noise starts happening, right?
There's a lot of, that and the fact that you're 4 games under 500. Forget the noise. I mean, you got to win for a month just to get back to 500.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I know that with the strength of the division, Pitt's 2-3, 3-2.
They only have one loss.
They only have one loss?
It has
No,
one.
wait.
They only have one loss.
Wait, when was that?
They
That
should
was
have
like
two.
second week, right?
They should have two to.
Yeah.
They should have one to my Patriots.
sure?
Through that game.
All right, somebody at home, you're listening
Yeah.
right now, fact check Dr. ROWI. I don't know. We got to see Steelers. What's their record? I know we're going to have somebody at home that's going to be here. I'll let you look at that. We're going to get to another game. Everett Bank. Ian's going to lock in and see where the Steelers are at, I believe, right? You're going to check their.
check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right, so we're going to go to Everett Bank,
Jared.
Jacksonville, Florida, Sunday, 1 p.m. So again, this is where now you have the nor'easter. It's lifting to the north. It's impacting the mid-Atlantic to the northeast. By this time frame, further down south, you should have favorable conditions. And we already talked about South Florida and the Dolphins. Now we go to North Florida. The Jaguars coming off an impressive win over the Chiefs. I mean, they were down 14-0.
Back to the scene of the crime Monday night.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Trevor Lawrence showed flashes of greatness, but at the same time, just incredibly bonehead things that you're just like, what are you even doing right now? You're right. I see the celebratory dance over here. I wish we had another third cam. If you could see Dr. ROWI, you'll see him tomorrow. Tune back in. All right. We'll get the stash back on the screen. Taking a look at this, though, for North Florida, I mean, it's going to be impressive to see what will unfold as we have the Seahawks that haven't looked too bad this year either. They're coming into town, and you can't really blame the weather. It's looking good overall. Low risk of weather impact, mild conditions when you're looking at Florida for an afternoon.
Yeah, I've got Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker on one of my fantasy teams. They've both been doing well. We'll see. This could actually be a bit of a shootout.
Right?
The over under yesterday was pretty low for the Chiefs and the Jags. It was down at 45, and obviously that game went way over that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. This could be, depending on if this forecast holds, this could be one with a big number.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think this has been a shootout type of thing. Even this last night, you saw that. Trevor Lawrence was ready to air it out. Like ETN has been so stable. They were like, okay, we're gonna feed him. Chiefs kind of shut him down, and they just kept trusting Trevor Lawrence even through late in the game with the lead to keep throwing the ball. Here's another one, of course, that we're watching for. This is going to bring us back to the other side of Florida. We're really covering all of Florida this week. Now going to golf side and look at maybe a low-end wind impact out of this, but not enough. Notice this wind is actually setting up off the land, so with it, it's not going to bring moisture. This is coming in out of the southeast, which means relatively a dry but humid wind that's going to allow these temperatures to be relatively comfortable. I mean, you've been to Ray J. You talk about how awful it can feel this time of year.
I mean, this is pristine stuff for Ray J. You move into October, and generally it's a whole different experience, and that shows it right there. Room temp at kickoff. Maybe rock your like quarter zip. Your Bucks quarter zip. You'll be nice and comfortable. We'll watch those winds though. That is enough. That is enough to have some impact on the game, even though the ROWI is in the low category.
Yeah, and it looks like the first half, right? That's where we get the win at 15. Second half is when it starts to kind of throttle back. That's the afternoon influence of that. I want to ask you real quickly, since obviously Patriots fan, you see 49ers, now they're executing without Brock Purdy. Your old dude coming
Max looked good.
Yeah, he's actually looking decent.
It just that was a kind of a tumultuous time.
Yeah.
I'd like to think Mac, even in this now with Vrabel and the whole setup is settled down a bit, would be doing well. But I've always been a Mac Jones guy. Roll Tide.
Yeah, and
happy to see him succeed.
True. Honestly, this is going to be fun because these are two quarterbacks that obviously,
Is Purdy back though this week?
I don't know. There's question marks.
Yeah, that would be something to watch.
But, I mean, they're riddled with injuries, the 49ers. I mean, I didn't even know. Last week, I am so impressed that they were able to even hang tough, let alone get a win against the Rams because, they had nobody to throw to. Right. They had, like, McCaffrey listed as their backup tight end, wide receiver number 3, along with being their starting running back. Shows his versatility. You start looking at, obviously, the Bucks. I mean, they're so fun to watch. Baker, again, just showing you what he can do late in the game. So, overall.
Yeah, they're 4-1 top of the division. So,
that's what I'm saying. This is going to be another really exciting kind of game to watch overall. So, I think for weather-wise, maybe not the most exciting, but I would encourage you, what we've talked about, this nor'easter, there's a lot of question marks, something we're going to dive deep into, and it's impressive to even see our hurricane specialist, Brian Norcross, start talking about, hey, will this thing go tropical after it moves, or is it going to be non-tropical, obviously, all this type of influence.
Yeah, he was showing the ensembles. Yeah. And even in the ensemble models, which I've been saying, your your favorite forecast model's new favorite forecast model,
Dude,
DeepMind.
Yeah.
That has this thing kind of more hanging around the Mid-Atlantic and the Carolinas with that strong area of high pressure, keeping it stifled to the south. You got the GFS that comes right up the coast as like a proper looking nor'easter.
Yeah.
Perfectly reasonable that those could both play out at this point. I would lean toward this thing hanging a bit south, though.
A little bit south.
Yeah.
I still think
You got to ride the hot hand.
which means you're on the
Weather
northern side.
forecasting
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sports.
Right? And so,
Yeah.
if DeepMind, are we going to get DeepMind into ROWI? We're going to do that, Dr. ROWI? I know. We might need to get that AI model logged in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be helping out.
Development to the row with the ROWI in the works.
All right, we got develop. Hey, this just in. Bonus at the end of the episode, we may have AI helping us with the ROWI. By the way, we do this podcast every Tuesday and Wednesday. It'll air at 5 p.m. And then we do bonus when warranted. So we want to hear from you, of course. And yeah, we want to talk football, but we got playoff baseball that's happening as well. We got so much action that's ongoing. So we'd love to talk about it. I'm at Weatherbender. Hey, I got to say, the past few weeks on X, I've had some people reach out. They've been chirping me. So I think let them know where you're at. Maybe you'll get some questions.
Someone messaged me on Instagram and said, "Man, you're going to leave my Dolphins alone."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, I feel that. All right, we got to leave them alone.
It's getting to the point where it's like, it isn't funny. It's
Yeah.
just sad.
Yeah, it is.
So
We've already been a punching bag. Like, how much you going to punch it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Although
hey, we're
won't-
good sports.
We won't be able to pick on Dr. Rowi's Yankees much longer by the look.
Oh,
of
man,
it.
they look cooked. They'll come up with conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toronto's just destroyed. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. But we love to hear from you. Reach out to us, of course, on social or stay tuned because we're going to have another episode dropping tomorrow. Until then, be easy, be weather smart, and have a good one.